Right, I've hit recording properly now. If anyone has caught this when we were recording, there is about a 2-minute clip that went out on Twitch, which would just be completely pressing the wrong button. So apologies to anyone who did catch that.
We're nothing but professional, are we?
Nothing professional. It's definitely gone downhill since I've been doing a bit more, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, definitely nothing. Yeah.
Chris, all's forgiven.
Exactly. I'll never be allowed back. This rate.
Yeah. Oh.
You want to just stop now, cut our losses, and play the intro?
I think that's probably a good idea. Hello everyone and welcome to New Dice Please, the bite-sized Blood Bowl podcast brought to you by the people at Blood Bowl Live. My name is Tom and joining us as always is Mr. Scott Bryant. Scott, chocolate or cake?
Oh, that's a good one. Is both an option or not?
Yeah.
It's a cop out, but I love cake, love chocolate. If I had to choose one and sacrifice one forever, oh bloody Nora. I'd go with cake, keep the cake.
Yeah, tough one. And joining us as well is Mr. Tom Hovell. Tom, chocolate or cake?
Well, surely you can just have a chocolate cake.
Right, stop. Both of you, stop trying to cop out of the question.
Surely that's,
Make a decision.
Surely that comes under the subcategory of cake. So I'll go with cake as well.
We have no Chris Coe this week. We have no Luke Baggett this week. It's just us three. And I think I'll have to agree with you. I think I'd keep the cake if out of the two. But it's, tricky one. But we are not here to talk about lovely sugary treats this week. No, we are not. We are having a crack at what we're going to do with the Blood Bowl teams that are out there. We've had quite a bit of time with 2025 rules now, and I think between us three, we've either played or played against pretty much every race there is out there. So we thought we're going to have a little bit of fun with the spinner. We've got a few drawing rules in place. Basically, the spinner's going to go around, he's going to chuck out a team. We've got a few minutes to say how we would rebalance the team. Now, we can be as pretty much as out there as we like, but we're not allowed to change and go away from the one box format. So we're not allowed to increase the number of positionals. We're not allowed to give them elite skills, but we can change characteristics and we can change some of the skills that they have. And we were limited to a maximum of 3 per team. Now, let's give this a try, and I'll try changing over to the spinner on the other screen. And Tom Hovell is in charge of this, so I really, really hope this is going to work. Is everyone ready?
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Spin that wheel. Scott, you didn't even.
Sorry, I just like the moving colours already, and therefore I got distracted.
Tomb Kings straight out the bat for a brand new team.
Ooh, who wants to take Tomb Kings?
So do you want to have a look? Do you want me to give you a little?
Yeah, let's go through the team sheet quickly.
Get to the thing. So you've got skeleton linemen, you've got 2 throwers, 2 blitzers, and 4 tomb guardians. So you've got on the skills categories for the linemen, you've got regen, thick skull. From the throwers, you've got pass, regen, sure hands, thick skull. Tomb king blitzers, you've got block, regen, thick skull. And guardians, you've got brawler, decay, and regen. So you've got not a lot of movement. So 5, 6, 6, 4. Strength across the board is 3, apart from the guardians, which are 5. Edge across the board is 4, apart from the guardians, which is 5. Passing is pitiful, apart from the thrower, which is a 3+. And the armor is 8 on the lineman and 9 on the thrower and blitzer and 10 on the guardians. So who's played against them so far?
I've played against them.
Okay.
I played against them with my gnomes, scraped out a 1-0 win, but they almost pitch cleared me in the process. And I'll be honest, I'm looking at this, and there's not a huge amount I would change. The only thing I would suggest is it feels a bit odd that the Tomb King's blitzers don't have tackle, and yet the white blitzers do.
Mm-hmm.
So thematically, that would make it a little bit better. I'm reluctant to say that I would increase their agility, because that's also kind of their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only other thing I was thinking is, maybe their throwers should be Ag 3+, but then it kind of stops them from being Tomb Kings, really. I love the Tomb Guardians, strength 5, starting with Brawler, and 4 of them movement 4. They're fantastic. Skeletons, they're skeletons. What are you going to do? I'd maybe, put them up to movement 6, actually. The team struggles a bit with that movement. Just give them that 1 extra point. That's what I'd do.
Okay, yeah, because everyone else
agree or disagree with that, Fixie.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
The only thing I would do from them, I agree to giving the blitzer maybe something additional, whether it is tackle, like shambling blitzer, because it keeps in that. I get rid of thick skull. I don't think it's lore thematic. I actually think you should have something which would be a reverse of thick skull, because if these guys are dusty and just emerged from the necropolis cities of wherever it is in the old world, then for me, give them a bit more fragility. So if you punch them, they collapse to dust, but maybe change their regen to something like a 2-up.
Regen 2-up. That's a historical thing as well. Regen used to be on a 2-up a few editions ago. I'd rather not ever face that. So interestingly, the Tomb Guardians do start with decay. So you're saying you'd spread that to the rest as well?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I wonder whether the the throwers should. I know they're throwers, but I wonder whether they should be given kick, just to give them a little bit of an interesting start to their play, so that you can have a little bit of fun with moving the ball about, being a bit more in control as to where that ball goes.
I suppose you could do if you think, movement 5 skeleton. Don't give them too many perks, Tom.
No.
Let's just hold this back, because remember, if we're trying to make this slightly realistic.
All right. So and Feeks is the man. So Feeks has said. So just to repeat, Feeksy, you would give tackle or something on the blitzer. Agree with that. You would also give. What else did you say there? Sorry, you'd give movement 6 on the skeleton.
Yeah, movement 6 on the skeletons. And actually, I agree with you. I think putting decay on all of them is probably the way to go.
But I would take I take decay, and I agree with the tackle on the blitzer. Don't agree with the movement 6. I think strength 5, movement 5 is plenty for them. But I agree. I would put decay on them and take off thick skull. They're not orcs. Come on, they're undead. They're dead people, skeletons, and stuff. Anyway, that would be me.
Okay.
Sounds good. Ready? So 1, 2, 3.
Spin
that
wheel.
Yay.
Scott, every time.
I'm not going to shout it, because the next door people will get a bit shambling undead.
So we're going through a bit of a.
Are we just sticking with
yeah. So this one's obviously got skeletons, zombies, ghoul runner, right blitz, and mummy. So do you know all the skills on these ones? So pretty much. So this is an interesting one, because it's got the eye gouge in it, and I wonder, that's that interesting one, and the unsteady as well. So it's a very odd one, isn't it? The ghoul runner with dodge and regen, and then the blitzer with block, regen, tackle, and thick skull. So it's an interesting one, because that blitzer is a very good blitzer.
So 30 seconds then, Tom. What would you change?
So I would. I'd like to probably go with the ghoul runner. I would actually swap out probably the dodge actually for sure hands on the ghoul runner, because that's one thing I always find that some of these teams really lack, is actually just picking up the blooming ball in the first place. And I know we've got the new rule, which is secure the ball, but just giving a little bit extra security on it on that side of things. Again, I think a bit like yourself with the thick skull on the blitzer. I don't understand why that's there and not on anyone. Well, it's on the skeletons as well, but it's a bit of a strange one because I agree with you. Thick skull on skeletons really shouldn't be because they're dead and they're rotting and everything like that. So I take that off. I'd give the Ghoul Runner sure hands, and I'd maybe actually take the thick skull off the blitzer and give it strip ball. So those are my three things. So I'd take the thick skull off so it had block, regen, tackle, and strip ball.
Oh,
That's good. And would you put the price up for that a lot?
I'd round it up to a straight 100k.
so for 5k, you would swap out thick skull for strip ball.
Yeah.
Oh, Tom.
I can tell Fixie, yes or no? Do you agree with all of those?
No. I get
Okay,
the
so-
argument with the ball handling. I do. I don't think I'd swap the dodge out for it, particularly now we've got secure the ball. I definitely would not give the white blitz a strip ball. They're already fantastic.
Well, I'm balancing it out. You see, I'm making that Ghoul Runner slightly less, useful, but giving it sure hands, taking away dodge. But I'm giving, and also I'm taking away thick skull because it's only got AV9.
What do you think, Scott?
For me, based on those three, sure hands versus dodge, no. What do you say? Strip ball, adding that in instead of thick skull, no. I think that would be too OP. However, what I would be tempted to look at is maybe change the blitzer to a movement 7. That could be an interesting one for me in terms of just getting around the pitch a bit more as well. And what was the last one there? Sorry, Tom. So it was the thick skull. Oh, and it was the eye gouge, wasn't it, on the zombie lineman you mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got it.
I'm not really. I think zombie lineman and skeleton lineman, they've both got this slight different tweaks. They are cannon fodder. They're there to fill up places on the board. So for me, if you're going to change something, sorry, someone's trying to get hold of me. I would be looking at. I think the Ghoul Runner is fine as per Ghoul Runners. For me, I think I'd go for the white blitzer, give him something else, but I think give him an extra square of movement, but for cost.
Yeah, I'm inclined to go somewhere between the two because I'm not sure about the eye gouge. I'm not quite sure where I sit on it at the moment. Interestingly, my next match is against Undead against Ed. If you're watching, please be kind because the gnomes go pop easily.
No, kill him, destroy him, kill his gnome. And whilst we're talking on the topic of sitting on it, are you going to share with the viewers and the listeners your new back support piece of apparatus?
My new weird donut hemorrhoid pillow. Yes, I don't know what I'm going to. It was genuinely recommended by a physio to help my lower back. But yes, I am currently sitting on what looks like a hemorrhoid pillow. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Scott.
We're one happy, loving community.
We are positive about maintaining healthy bodies. There you go. I do agree with adding an extra point of movement in for the blitz, so I would probably put it up to a straight 100k rather than 95 because of it. Undead have been in a weird place in this edition because on paper you think they've just got better, particularly with the ghouls now getting regen, but only having 2 ghouls seems to have really hurt them. It seems to have really scuppered them a little bit. With the NAF rankings, they've come down. Is the
That's
thing.
fine, but can we just put a cap on that whole poor whatever team?
I don't feel sorry.
That's, we shall poor shambling. They only have the 2 blitzers. Poor Scaver, they only have 2 gutter runners. Poor Woodies, they only have 2 catchers. That bus is gone. Let's get on with it. And we're talking about that's the team. Tom Hovell set the rules. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I say my other change? Then, if you're
no, because we're agreeing with Tom. It's not for you. It's Tom said his changes. You'll say yes or no. Do you like Tom?
Fine, I won't say my change. There you go. Mine was going to give mummies a leg trait, but yeah, they can have an extra point of movement for it because I don't
I
think there
think
should
they
be
should.
any
I
strength
think. I
5
think they.
pieces with Mighty Blow without a nega trait.
I think they should unwrap themselves, but that's
Yes.
for another
There you
conversation
go.
another day.
Right,
Right,
Mr. Hovel.
quick spin
Spin that
that
wheel.
wheel.
Am I on this one, by the way? I'm assuming now.
I think you must be. Who have you got?
If people,
Oh, that's a
if
good
people
one for you though.
Underworld Deniers.
Underworld denizens,
Ooh.
Skaven Light, as they have been called as well. Okay, 3 things I would change about Skaven. Sorry, Skaven Underworld Light. I would give them the opportunity to take more Snotlin linemen. However, I wouldn't put it necessarily. Would I put it? Yeah, you can take up to 0 to 16 Snotlin linemen. That's where I'd look at it. And I know everybody will take just Snotlins and then take the incentive. I don't know how many are in the box actually. Oh no, they're not, are they, Snotlins?
No, nothing's in the
Uh,
box. Is there? Is there?
Well, there is a box, but it's just rats and gobbos. There's no troll, there's no roger, and there's no Snotlin linemen. So the first thing I would do, I don't know the number, but I'm just saying I would change and give people the opportunity to take more Snotlin linemen. That would be a good one. I think this team has a lot of going for them because they do have access to the mutations as a primary skill, which obviously normal rats and gobbos don't. Trolls, obviously, the throw-in. Rogue is the big guy. So I think for me, this is a good, nicely balanced team in terms of where they are, and I think what we can do with them. I think it gives rat players a bit more opportunity in terms of access to the mutations to develop key players. I think it gives Gobbo players a bit more speed and solidity with the strength 3 players as well. So for me, yeah, give access to a bit more Snotlin linemen, and just because I like them as well, change the rerolls from 70k down to 50k. But that's it. That's my 2 things on those
I
guys.
was with you right up until the end.
Just out of curiosity, did they have animosity beforehand?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. But I think that works.
Hmm.
I think that works from.
Because are they now the only team that has animosity? Because I know.
No, there's a few others.
Renegades?
I think there's a few others.
Your team-
Renegades, do as well.
Renegades still have it.
Renegades.
Yeah. The only one I
Orcs
would
don't
say is
anymore.
as well. The only thing I would say is, whilst I would say they can have access to more Snotlins, I would not endorse bringing back swarming.
Yeah.
I think having swarming just as Snotlins is that Snotlin USP, but I would increase that number of Snotlin linemen from 0 to 6 to maybe, I don't know, 0 to 10, 0 to 12.
Yeah, I do agree. Tom, what are your thoughts?
And sorry, I would then limit as well the number of star players you can access.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right. It sounds like an okay kind of build. I don't know about the re-rolls, taking them down to 50. That just gives them far too much versatility there, especially if you're getting more Snotlings, which just walk through walls, let's be honest. And they're a pain in the backside because you can't get rid of them. And they've got the titchy right stuff. Oh, and sidestep. That's the one. Oh, nightmare.
We're going everywhere on a journey of 2 pluses. Let's go.
Exactly. Yeah.
With the dodge reroll. Okay, so number of Snotlins, yeah, okay. Cheap rerolls, no, go away, Scott.
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah, no, absolutely same here. You can build a very cheap full roster already. You drop the rerolls down anymore, it's gonna be that's too much. Underworld are that weird team that I think GW spent such a lot of effort on last season trying to balance them out. They're actually in an okay place because they can be incredible. They can be pitch cleared. It's going to swing one way or the other.
Interestingly, the troll has actually got loner, and on Snotlings and Orc teams, I don't think they do. I know they don't on the team, but yeah.
Yeah, for the other teams, Tom, he's a trained troll. He's a good boy.
Yes, just a simple troll in the underworld. Very good. Right. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Spin
that
wheel.
Oh,
VCQ, I believe.
Awful. Well, we'll see what comes up.
Human.
Actually, if you get a soundbite, get AI to record a soundbite of like operatic singers doing "Sing That Wheel" and just put that over the top, Feetsy.
Nice. Yep, sounds good. Humans. Two things immediately spring to mind. I would change the team captain so they no longer keep the reroll. That's just a general change across the board, so the same would apply to orcs if it would come up. So they still get pro, sure, but they don't retain the rerolls because I just don't like that part of their roster. The catchers, I'd keep the catchers exactly as they are. I'm just having a quick look back at their roster.
So
The
you
catchers,
got linemen, which
Yep.
you got halfling hopefuls with dodge, right stuff, stunty, human catchers with catch and dodge, human throwers with pass, sure hands, human blitzers with block, tackle, and the good old ogre with bonehead, loner, mighty blow, thick skull, throw teammate.
So the other change I would make is with the blitzers. Block, tackle, movement 7, strength 3, AV 9, Edge 3. They're very, very good for 85k. I would either swap out tackle for diving tackle and keep them at the same price, or put them up by 10k to take them closer to a white blitzer.
So you're making them worse.
I would either make them worse or no, I would make them worse or make them more expensive.
Okay. And what's the reason behind that?
I just think they're too cheap. You look at the comparative one, you've got block tackle on the white blitzer for 10k more. And yes, they have thick skull, but they're a movement point less. And the difference between 6 and 7 is actually quite big. And the team captain, I just think, is a bit of a broken rule. The same thing across the board. It's when it works, it is way too powerful.
Especially when
sometimes it never works, and it's fine. But
especially when the blitzer's got strength as a primary as well.
exactly.
So you're going to be sticking mighty blow on it straight away.
Yeah, you just stick mighty blow on both of those, and they're done.
Yeah.
Although, what was your thoughts agreeing with those? Are they your two things, Feety?
Yeah, two. Can't think of a third.
It's an interesting one because we've got one human team in our league at the moment, and they seem to be, up and down and all over the place, really. It's a strange one, really. I didn't realize they were that cheap with the blitzers. I might dust off my human team for next season, to be brutally honest, if they're that cheap. And also they're because obviously now you've only got 2 of everything. It almost thinks, well, you've got to put some halflings in there just for some shits and giggles, really. So I don't know. I think they're quite a well balanced team, to be honest. I don't know if I fully agree of boosting up the price, because then they just become a bit of a team that no one wants to take.
Yeah. For me, Mr. Feeks, you've said there about no captain. Agree. I think that's a bit of a cheap gimmick. I also think the human blitzers are relatively cheap but then if you compare them to Skaven, block and strip ball, that's only and they are movement 8 as well in the New World Order as well. So, and they're only 5k more as well. So I think the human blitzers, they're fine. I think the human catchers, even though they've gone up to strength 3, are fine. So to be honest, I think this still fits that remake that GW seem to look for, and the humans can offer. They're that Swiss Army knife we've talked about before. You can develop them in a lot of different ways, and they fit that narratively as well. Even to the point that on the human catchers, we've seen a lot of them upgraded after just a few games in a league position with a stat burst, so you can get them very quickly to edge 2 up if you want to almost make them into elves as strength 3 catchers. And for me, I think the fact that lots of people are playing them in the league tells me they're nicely balanced as well. So yeah,
it's fair enough.
Minor tweaks. Thomas, you're up. Come on.
Right. Penultimate one. Penultimate
Yes,
round.
go for it.
Right. 3, 2, 1. Spin.
Wheel. Getting better.
No, we're not.
Corn.
Cool.
What do you do with three things. What are you going to do with corn, Tom?
Oh. Right, so corn.
Just quickly, corn. When was just quickly, corn? Just quickly, Tom. When was the last time you played as or against corn?
Never played as corn. I've played corn twice, probably last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're a bit of a strange one, really, because they've got all that frenzy everywhere. Yeah, interesting. Because you've got, let's have a look. So you've got your lineman with just frenzy, armor 8. You've got the cornagores, which are got horns, juggernaut, jump up. Did they have jump up before?
Nope, that's new for this edition.
And that skill that Scott loves, thick skull, which kind of works for them because they're goats. Let's be honest. Then you've got your blood seekers, which have only got frenzy. They're movement 5, strength 4, AV 10, and they're 105, which is a lot of money for them. And you've got Bloodspawn, which claws, frenzy, loner, mighty blow, unchanneled fury. Yeah, I don't. Ooh, what would you do with those, eh? It's interesting. I think the Bloodseeker is a lot of money for what it's worth with frenzy, so might give it an extra skill of frenzy. Maybe have it with a stand firm, so like a bit of an anti kind of thing. So frenzy and stand firm on that, because I would just laugh off the punches to keep it at that 105. Cornagore is very good by the looks of things. What else would I do with it? I might do a Scott and push the re-rolls down to 50. Because that's one thing I found a lot of people who play against corn is that they find themselves in a right old mess and they go off because of the frenzy all over the place and they end up running out of re-rolls very quickly. So I think those are the ones that I do. Is there anything else I would look to do? No, I think that's it for me. Thoughts?
Want to go first, or shall I?
Go for it, Pete.
So first of all, the Bloodseekers are amazing. For 100, yes, they are expensive for 105k. They are strength 4 frenzy is excellent. You just have to be careful with it. Giving them stand firm. As someone who has played quite a lot of corn, I would love that so much because it opens up the sidelines so much more. You don't have to worry anywhere near as much about getting cert. It may make them a little bit too powerful, in my opinion. Dropping the rerolls down, yes. Yes, I absolutely agree. Wouldn't change the Corngors. Like you say, they are just brilliant players. It's just a shame about the team that they're on. One tweak that I would make, because where corn tend to fall down, is their linemen go pop very, very quickly. Give them the skill that you apparently hate, thick skull.
Yeah, wouldn't disagree with that. I think something. Yeah, so we're talking about what Tom suggested, which wasn't a lot, was it?
Sorry.
That's just harsh, Scott. I was trying to do it subtly.
All right.
I've never played them.
If Tom, if you're not really interested and you think they're corn and they don't really make a difference, or to me in terms of my day-to-day life, yeah, so be it.
Okay.
I'm pretty similar in that vein, Tom. I don't play a lot of corn. I've played against corn as well. Played them actually in the KTC. So when you've got a Bloodseeker with break tackle, they can be pretty filthy because, of course, strength 4 -2 going into a cage. So you're looking at something very, very nice and tasty in there as well. So there are things you can do with them as well. I get it. People say, "Oh, we've only got 2 Corngors, or we've only got 4 Bloodseekers." Ho hum. I think maybe something if you wanted to tweak the alignment, that would be about it from me. Keep the rerolls at 60. I'm sure there's a spreadsheet with numbers on there somewhere in terms of that particular cost as well. But yeah, otherwise for me, not a lot.
I didn't realise because it went under the radar, but they've also got Brawling Brutes. which has been very,
They're going to
very,
get a lot of SP. Yeah.
yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's got me tempted to run them again in League.
Right, final one.
Are we
Ready?
going?
3, 2, 1. Spin that
wheel.
That wheel.
Right, last one, and this is yours, Scott.
Vampires. Okay, 3 things that I would change on the vampire roster. If I think about where vampires are at the moment, I would do something about hypnogaze. I would drop that back down to a 2+. I would, we talk about this, with a lot of people in terms of what you would do with them. I would look at something in terms of how do we try and reduce the dice admin for them as well. So first thing for me would be hypnogaze, go back to a 2-up. That would be my first thing. Second thing in terms of the what do we got there? Which is the one I was talking about. The vampire runner, I would change that down to movement 7, but I would give it dodge. And the other one that I would give, either dodge or catch, give it something else, but my preference would be give it dodge for that as well. Yes, you'd have to reflect it in the price. So that would be my second one. And my third one, just love the Vargeist sculpts. I think it'd be very good indeed. I'm going to keep it at 2. They'd be my first 2 to do with regards to vampires. So hypnogaze, drop it to a 2-up, and give something to the vampire runner, at least 1 elite skill. And I know we said we weren't allowed elite skills, but I think these guys do at least need something somewhere, some crumb for them to hang every bit of hope on that they can do. And of course, vampires, are supposed to be ethereal creatures who are very fluid, and that's why I would do that.
Tom, you're a resident vampire coach.
Yeah, I think that would be nice to give them the dodge on the runners. Yeah, I agree with the hypnogaze. That would be fantastic. I've always the thing that you said about the admin. The big thing with the admin is the bloodlust. That just takes time and effort and all that kind of stuff. I wonder whether to have it so that there's some kind of rule that you at the beginning of the game you randomize the number of vampires that have it. So that
idea time. Sorry, Tom. Light bulb moment has just come on. Very apologies to be very rude. Or do you say you only have bloodlust when you are performing an action that is either anything, a movement action is perfectly okay. Any other activation, so whether it's a block, whether it's a block as part of a blitz, whether it's hypnogaze, or a pass that needs bloodlust. Do
what
we
about
think bloodlust is too specific?
a dodge as well? Would that be a
Well, no,
bloodlust?
I'd keep that because it's fine. Well, no dodge, you wouldn't. That would be part of a movement, wouldn't it? Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you're saying you're just moving that, if you're saying you're moving the vampire from that point to that point, you don't have to roll bloodlust because it's a simple move. They would get very excited in the lawn, very angry, and very
I like that.
blood crazed and bloodlusty if they had to do something physical. So either block, rather than just walking or dodging.
Because of potential sight of blood. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that's my third thing. What I would do. What do you think, Fixie?
No.
All right, and your rationale about just being belligerent?
I don't.
That's been this week's.
Welcome to this week's episode of my vampire trauma.
This is what happens when you have hemorrhoids, Tom, with Fixie. He gets really grumpy and miserable.
Why do you think I fidget so much? No, I don't think you do. I can get the hypnogaze going down back to a 2+. As much as I would hate it, I get it. I think that actually would be pretty reasonable. Changing bloodlust so that it's only on blitzes and ball carrying actions and blocks. No, I don't think you do. Because the more of those chances of failure that you take out, the more powerful they become. And vampires are a race that can very, very quickly spiral out of your control. However, yeah, the runner losing a point of movement but potentially gaining something. Yeah, I can see that. Don't mind that.
Yeah. Okay. I think they need to be given something in terms of, some sort of elite skill. Doesn't have to be necessarily block, doesn't have to be guard, doesn't have to be mighty blow. But I think give them something, at least on one of the characters, give them something to hang their hopes by a meager thread.
Oh, got an idea. Hackflem's special rule, the one where he just steals the ball off a teammate.
Yeah.
Would you give that to vampire runners? So they still knock your teammate down, but they take the ball.
So,
I don't know, an interesting one.
yeah, I suppose you could have a special rule that with Hypnogaze, if you Hypnogaze the ball carrier and you get a natural 6, you gain the ball. That might be nice.
I think you need to give them something. They need a bit of TLC. I think we've come up with 2 there in terms of, A, bloodlust, and then B, at least one core. At least one elite skill. Yeah, and then I think it'll be very interesting how they go.
Yeah. Yes, that's fair enough. Any last minute corrections from anyone?
No, I think we've made all the teams significantly worse. So,
Yep.
So we've done our job.
Well done, us. This may be
Now
something. Sorry, you guys got.
Now we've got the format. We can now know what we're talking about next time.
Absolutely.
We can have more wheel spinning action.
Absolutely. Well, this may be something we revisit next time and completely forget that we've already done Tomb Kings and go over them again first time round next time. But what do you make of our takes for these 6 teams? Is there anything you'd change? Are we wildly off the mark? Is it just that our trauma from previous matches is completely clouding our judgment? Yeah, it probably is. Let's face it, but we've all been there. But if anyone does have any thoughts or opinions, Scott, how can they get in touch with us?
Mr. Feeks, if people want to get in touch with us to let us know what they think of the 6 teams and maybe what 2 or 3 things they would change out of the box and the skills, drop us a note, newdiceplease@gmail.com. You can also drop us a note if you want to find out about hemorrhoid treatment from Mr. Feeks. And just before I pass over to Mr. Hovel, just a couple of quick shout outs. First of all, to all of the individuals representing in Chorley, the wonderful Chor Bowl. Look forward to catching up with those guys next week. Congratulations once again, Alan, on your moistness. Details sent over to Feeksy to compare notes. And also just to call out one of the Eats upcoming, so this is the East series of Blood Bowl events throughout the year. And this is the one on the 26th of July in Ely, Cambridgeshire. You travel past on a train. Big, lovely cathedral. This is called the Royal Rumble. It is NAF affiliated, up to 36 coaches. Pop to the NAF page or wherever else you want to find out about tournaments and get yourselves along for a very good time. And then if you do still want to see more Blood Bowl action, Mr. Tom Hovel, where can people go to see more Blood Bowl on the pitch?
Yeah, so you can get us on a Blood Bowl Live when we accidentally stream rather than record the podcasts. We've also got our games, which we're now coming into the playoffs with our season at Arbox and Dragons on there. And also we often stream tournaments. A number of them are coming up in the summer months. If you want to get us on the socials, we're both on Blue Sky and Instagram under New Dice Please.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. In case anyone's listening is curious, the word of the day is pissalat. And that is it's a condiment popular in southern French cookery, made from pureed anchovies and olive oil mixed with garlic, pepper, and herbs. Sounds really quite nice, actually.
Abu with your tea.
Absolutely. Why not add a bit of sophistication to this podcast? Well, thank you very much, Scott Bryan. Thank you very much, Mr. Tom Hovel. We have been New Dice Please. Thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.